this area is a blank canvas, and any artist, you give me a blank canvas. Now I'm sitting here thinking I can do anything. Let me see what I can do. Let's add a little black. Let's add a little red. And that's essentially what this area is.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Who's the only local bank with a mobile mortgage app? Farmers. Download the app to contact your lender, calculate payments, securely scan and upload documents, and check the status of your loan. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal, Farmers.
What sets you apart? Why did you decide to get into leadership? Why did you stay in the Mahoning Valley? Why did you come back? Some of you have touched on this, but what can you tell people about why they should come here or why they shouldn't leave here? And we'll just throw this open to anybody who wants to start. Shay?
So I think we'll probably hear this word a lot. Family, I'd imagine. A lot of people are probably thinking that. I went to YSU for economics. I really wanted to get into monetary policy. I was focused on going up to Cleveland and working for the Fed. And a lot more people now talk about the Fed than they did back when I was thinking of working for them. But the more I started going to YSU and I started meeting like really impressive leaders in our community and getting a sense for the size of our community, I wanted to be a part of world building rather than kind of going to a place that was already well established. I think there's a lot more excitement and a lot more things to be proud about than when you're collaborating to uplift something. Anybody can go to a community that's got countless jobs and go down to Columbus and work for Intel, but the level of collaboration and camaraderie that you can facilitate here with a bunch of passionate people, a lot of folks here, and hearing your stories is really awesome. That's really what kept me here.
Yeah, I think one thing that a lot of people, especially graduating from school and when they're deciding where they're going to go after college or graduating from high school, going right into the workforce, it seems like there's a level of baseline skepticism with everything that comes to this region. And I think there's credit to it for past, when you look at we hear about the steel mills, we hear about the automotive industry, again, that's coming back, but we hear about Chilcan, we hear about time after time that companies have come and gone. And we don't celebrate the wins enough in this region. I think that we like to think that we do, and I think as a perfect example, the people who know about the wins really celebrate them. We see if you go to the chamber events or any of the local, really economic development or regional impact events, you see the same faces. You know that group of people knows what's happening. But I think there needs to be something done that gets the message across to others. So, I know firsthand, and I bet we can all speak to this, that upon graduating, I know students, friends of mine, that it wasn't even a consideration. They were only looking at jobs in Pittsburgh and Cleveland. They weren't even applying for jobs in this region. And I think in the same sense that we've seen a huge generational shift in the idea of going to college and trade schools, it's something that's perpetuated from, grandparents, parents, down to now the next generation. And that idea builds, I need to go to college, it's the only way I could go, X, Y, Z. In the same sense, there's no opportunities in Youngstown, Warren, I need to get out of Youngstown, I need to move. If I'm going to be successful, I can't be here. And that perpetuates itself from the classroom, from the house, even from, just peer groups. So I think getting the word out about the wins is big. YSU's got a great nursing program, for example, and yet at the same time, I know a ton of the nursing students who are going to Columbus, Cleveland, Akron, Pittsburgh, and then you have downtown Youngstown, St. E's, giving bonuses because they can't find nurses. There's a disconnect for sure.
It's like you said, it's definitely family. But one of the main things is that this area is a blank canvas, and any artist, you give me a blank canvas. Now I'm sitting here thinking I can do anything. Let me see what I can do. Let's add a little black. Let's add a little red. And that's essentially what this area is. Youngstown is a blank canvas to do whatever you want do whatever you want to do. Essentially, you can start a business and still live because things are affordable in that sense. It's not a lot of places that you can say, I'm just going to start a business and I'm not going to work, but you can still survive. That's one of the biggest things for me. We can, at this point, there's so many empty spaces and a lot of voids. And I feel like it's our job to be able to say, there's a vacancy here, there's a vacancy here, just to be able to fill that void, just like you said, to be able to get things out. So I know that's one thing that keeps me here. I want to be able to see. I grew up and I seen Mayor Jay Williams and Wendy Webb for the superintendents for Youngstown City Schools. And I've always been like the person, been like, oh, I want to be able to say those words that they're saying, to fill that gap and to stand in their shoes. And now that I'm older, I can actually have the opportunity to do so and be on that platform. So, just tell everybody it's a blank canvas. You can do whatever you want, literally. So.
So something I really speak to with our youth that I work with, just being that I know what it was like to be in their shoes, is why leave an area that you want to see changed? You can't make change happen from afar. So stay here and build up the community that helped raise you, because you do have some sort of roots here. You do have some sort of want for this area. And if we want to make changes, we have to do it together from the younger side. So if you grew up in those Section 8 housing areas or underdeveloped zones, the challenges that are present, lack of transportation, food deserts. So why not try to make a difference to go make that happen for those that are coming up behind you?
What's the response you get?
I hear a lot of passion behind it. Some of them, unfortunately, a lot of the youth I work with think they won't live to 25. So what I have to say to them is that there is a lot of life left, and if you want to make some differences, I can be the guide to help you start those differences. So hopefully we can see that move forward with their changes, and it's just lack of resources right now. But they want to get educated on how to fill in those blanks.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Who's the only local bank with a mobile mortgage app? Farmers. Download the app to contact your lender, calculate payments, securely scan and upload documents, and check the status of your loan. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal, Farmers.